In our last video, we packed in 4 100 amp hour PowerQueen premium batteries into the Black Series HQ15 so that we could get it off grid and still have that nice frigid bite of the air conditioner. Half a kilowatt wasn't enough. Today we're going to pack in another 400 amp hours using 2 PowerQueen 12.8 volt 200 amp hour plus batteries. Pretty quick and simple install with awesome results, so let's just get right into it. So if we take a look in the front of the HQ15, you can see you've got some Anderson connectors here. Now this one is set up for a tow vehicle. You plug this into your tow vehicle, it'll charge your batteries while you're on your road. This one was supposed to be for solar, though I haven't found it connected in any way. So my thought was, if this runs directly to the battery, what we could do is connect this line, because it's big enough to run 50 amps, directly to our batteries here, and we would be fine. There's a 50 amp breaker in line, but that is not the case. Unfortunately, the only amount of power that would ever go through this thing was about 6 amps. That being the case, we had to run our own lines. Unfortunately, we cannot use this for this battery bank because it's simply not pulling the same amount of amperage the way that this is actually wired in. If these were lead acid, they'd weigh well over 100 pounds, but as you can see, while talking, I can easily pick them up. I don't have to grunt and moan. We have 99% pure oxygen-free copper. We've got our positive and negative runs. Now, running it from over there all the way to here, there is going to be more resistance in this line, but there again, we're not talking about a significant amount of power between the two, and it should equalize without issue. 3/4 inch hole, 3/4 inch cable. Nice. Fits like a charm. Let's feed her through. Get all that fed through, and then we'll do the positive. Okay. Check out those sweet axles. Oh man, coil over giant chains. This thing is a beast. I think I need to adjust my brakes. We'll find that out in a bit. But anyway, here's where we poke through the floor. And we've got a good seal on this one right here. In fact, I can feel the sticky Lexol. But we don't necessarily have that great of a seal right here on this one. So we're going to get these sealed. We're going to loosen it up, get it sealed, and then pin these in place. And those will be good to go. The Lexol will be enough. I don't need to put a cover over any of this or anything like that. It'll be enough to take care of it. So I'll get that done. And then we're going to pin these up. And I'll get back to you and show you when I'm done, because I can't film under here. So there you go. We've got our wires coming through the bulkhead right here. And we've got quite a bit of extra wire in case we need it. There's our 100 amp fuse, guys. That thing's tiny. If this gets shaved down, even though this is not connected to a ground. So if these connected being low voltage, it's going to spark, not a lot of spark, but the longer they stay connected, it's basically going to turn this into a lightsaber. But before those even get hot, this little fuse is going to burn out like super quick. So like these two wires would have to touch. That's what would have to happen, because these are not connected in any way, in any ground form ever, anywhere on this to any metal that's out here. So these would have to get ripped off and then touch each other. Well, this is connected directly at the battery, and we connect the wire directly to here. At 100 amps, this will immediately blow. Now, how many amps will this dump? Probably at least 400 amps. Like it would be an amazing display if these two wires touched when they were connected to that battery. It would be significant. Now, it's only 12 volts, right? So the voltage is low, but you're still going to have a pretty good spark. But we're not doing high voltage. It's way worse if it's high voltage, but you know, low voltage still not good. I have turned the GX into a workstation. It's working fine. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm making all these pigtails, and I'll just show you how we make our connections. Got a nice set of Kleins here. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to touch these up. They seem to be getting a little boogered up. I've never cut anything but wire with them, so what's going on there, Klein? They actually work pretty well as stripper. And we come up to the front of the RV where we have a nice, sturdy, heavy-duty, I'm going to rotate this way, nice, sturdy, heavy-duty frame rail. When I say heavy-duty frame rail, this frame rail is ridiculous. It's probably 10 times more than required. There we go. We've got a good crimp on there. Now we can take this. All I have handy is my barbecue torch. So it'll work. Okay, so we are all set up in here to connect our negative, 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 negative. And we're going to do a temporary connection in here with the shunt. And it's going to be able to tell us how many amps we're pulling out here. Okay, 13.77 volts. That's what we want to see. Let's go connect the ones inside and then get a reading. So I've got hours of footage of me out at a campsite over a 4-day period testing out the PowerQueen batteries. And guys, I can't find any way to really edit it, so I'm just going to break it down for you. I just switched over the battery about 2 seconds ago. We're unplugged and we're going to see if we can go. My assumption is, well, I actually think we're just going to run out of time before we run out of power. So we're switched over to generator here. We're going to shut her all down. And I think we're just going to be running heat tonight, but it is a heat pump on the roof. So it's a little bit different than most, but should be cool. We were at a campground for 4 days. We ran the heaters at night and the air conditioner during the day. We ran our lights like we normally would, and we were completely unplugged from the grid. And we never had a problem. We were still over 12 volts, but we still had more power. I would say the air conditioner ran at about, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours a day. It wasn't a large pull, and it wasn't at maximum capacity. These are like inverter style, so they're pretty efficient, the one that's on this roof. So it runs at like 800 watts. We had more than enough power to stay for longer. Now in summer, my guess is we're gonna get a day to 2 days out of it before we have to fire up the generator or connect to shore power. You know, it was the fun of camping and also the fun of being techie and playing with the, the different features of a truly off-grid camper. And I'm very, very happy with the final results. I'm extremely happy with the PowerQueen. Since I shot all this video, I've gone camping a second time, and we had exactly similar results. In your main on-seasons for RVing, like spring, early summer, and fall, and even into winter, no problem. You're going to be able to spend a week out in this thing. Come the heat of summer, you're going to need some supplemental backup. But with 700 watts of solar, it might just be that we have enough to take care of that. So it all depends. My main concern would be that at night in the summer, you're just going to get a little too hot. But don't worry, because this isn't the last time you're going to see this RV. This guy's a staple of the channel. It's going to be in every video, and we'll give you guys updates.